Hi, I'm Kelly Burke, and I am the creator of You're Not Crazy, You're Not Alone, Betrayal Trauma video series from a bonding science perspective. And so I created this for the injured partner. However, I've had lots and lots and lots of therapists reach out and want some help on working with betrayal trauma. So I'm going to give you just a little quick tool, sort of way of looking at working with betrayal trauma and kind of what happens right when they come into the room, right after finding out about a betrayal. If you want to recommend the video series, which is for the injured partner, the description below this video has the link to that. But for now, let's get right to how do we even think about this, right? How do we think about working with a couple that is just reeling from this rupture? Well, first, we have to think about this process in phases. And as you know, in EFT, there's 3 phases. There's the de-escalation, then there's the restructuring, right, which is where attachment injury repair happens. Then there's consolidation. So there's 3 phases. It might be helpful with betrayal trauma to think about sort of a 2-part to the de-escalation. So almost like stage 1A, stage 1B, okay? Because what happens in betrayal trauma, obviously this is a huge rupture. It's a huge rupture in the relationship. And when your couples come in, they are reacting from that rupture. So it is like a trauma response, okay? So you are going to see a reactive pattern. So it is a negative interactive feedback loop, just like with any kind of presentation, only it's a little bit more specific because this big thing just happened. So you might see partners doing different moves, different protective moves than they would in the original pattern that led up to the rupture. You following me? So you've got this reactive pattern that might not be the exact same cycle that this couple did before, let's say, the affair. So you might have the withdrawer, a more avoidant partner, really looking more anxious coming into therapy, right? Really wanting to know, are we going to be together? Is this going to work out? Did I do too much damage, right? There's just more kind of pursuer energy. Or is going to look more anxious. And then maybe the pursuer partner, and I'm saying this is assuming that the withdrawer, more avoidant partner stepped out of the relationships. Oftentimes that is what happens in betrayal trauma, is it's the stepping out happens with the more avoidant partner. If you've got a pursuer or a typically anxious strategy partner, looking more withdrawn or ambivalent or kind of like, yeah, I don't know, shutting down, but then maybe flipping to some anxious tendencies as well, like checking and asking a lot of questions, but just not quite the same as maybe what this partner would have done before the betrayal. So all of that is a reactive pattern, right? That's the thing that you want to work with. What's happening in the room? What's happening as they try to make sense of it, as they try to heal this? How do they get stuck? What's the present process? What's happening between, right? So that's the reactive pattern that you're going to work with that happened after the rupture. Once that settles down and de-escalates, then what you'll notice is the original pattern might come back online. So your withdrawer might act more like a withdrawer, look more like a withdrawer. Your pursuer might act more like a pursuer, look more like a pursuer. Once you've got that original pattern, right, and you de-escalate that, then you're ready for stage 2 work, where you can heal that big wound. And as you do attachment injury repair, that's also where you're probably going to be doing withdrawal re-engagement and blamer softening. They sort of happen at the same time. So that is kind of a visual for how to think about working with betrayal trauma and how it's just a tiny bit different than regular distress. I hope that helps. If you want to check out that video series, look at the description below. And if you have any questions at all, please reach out. Thank you.